Einstein described matter as a form of energy, just as ice cubes, steam, and rain are all forms of water. Everything is made up of molecules, and molecules consist of atoms that are in a permanent state of flux. This constant movement creates energy, hence, every single thing, objects, animals, and people are constantly giving off the energy they're creating. Everything in our world is vibrating with energy. So, if you can learn how to marshal, nurture, and steer your own energy, discern and strategize how to engage and disengage with other people's energies, and reconcile with the energies of the world around you, you can begin taking back control of your life. You become the most in control of your personal destiny as possible. Practical Magic shows you how. Level 1 includes energy foundations and basics and are available to the general public for single purchase. Levels 2 and 3 are very advanced with homework and are only available via the Hierophant and High Priestess tier over on Patreon, patreon.com/theartigan. I'm sending you all of my very best photons, and I look forward to supporting you at any stage, at any point on your spiritual adventures that I may. Hello, Gemini. Welcome to your one-on-one sidebar with me. I forgot the word of it for like a half a second. So getting into your energy, I'm seeing your 8th house. I'm seeing Capricorn. Capricorn rules your 8th house. I'm really just getting that. I'm getting like the central focus in how you support your relationships, the best relationships, your closest relationships, your favorite relationships. The 8th house is where we strengthen the bonds that we created in the 7th. And that's where I'm getting this. And I tried to zoom in. I tried to get really, really particular I was actually looking for more context, like what's going on. And I just kept getting this like very resistant sort of feet dug in the sand and like being dragged and you don't want to, and you're just like, oh, you're really struggling against it. So let's see what the tarot has to say. Let's see what the additional guidance is, because I feel someone's mad. It's like Gemini mad, where you cannot tell right away. Like it's like where like the Gemini starts to smile, and it's not like the happy-go-lucky smile. It's actually the I'm about to do something crazy smile. She's showing me Margot Robbie in that super villain movie where she has the pigtails and they're red and they're pink. Harley Quinn. She's showing me Harley Quinn. So, I don't know. Maybe you're feeling like Harley Quinn. I didn't see the movie. I'm sure it was good. I'm sure it was great. I'm sure she was wonderful in it. They're showing me that. So you might like that movie. I think there's more than one. Anyway, okay. I'm almost sort of like, ooh. Gemini, 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 Gemini. It came up recently with the Gemini crickets. Gemini is an alteration of Gemini, and a lot of, like, if you're, okay, so they went on the floor, Gemini crickets, but what we do have is the Emperor. We've got the Emperor. I'm not going to go get everything that fell. There were a few more that fell, but okay, so Gemini, you could be dealing with an Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising. Doesn't have to be. Definitely doesn't have to be. The main characteristic is the will, is what I'm getting with this person. They have a very strong will. They may not even have they may not even be the titan of an industry. They may not even be a boss. They may not hold physical power in like the material world. What I'm picking up is that they are bossy, or they're demanding, or they're willful, or they won't give up on something. They're pushing and pushing and pushing, and that's what it is. Thank you. So you and a partner, you and someone, you and a one-on-one close relationship, a best friend, business partner, lover, child, parent, someone, you guys are butting heads. This person is not going to budge. I'm telling you that right now, Gemini. This person's not budging an inch. Not an inch. Now, because the first, like getting into your energy, getting into the deeper meat of your psychic energy was that 8th house emphasis, that's telling me that this is someone you love very dearly. They love you, and likely they're in this very inflexible position because they love you so much, because they really believe it's in everyone's best interest, whatever the argument is, whatever you guys are going back and forth about, Gemini. They're very, very convinced that their way is the right way, or their thoughts are the right thoughts. So, I'm not going to like it. You're not going to like it. But the advice and the guidance is to collaborate. There's something that you're just as stuck on. Your heels are dug in, which is strange to say because you're supposed to be mutable, you're supposed to be flexible, you're supposed to be the butterfly. I'm not picking you up like that with this person, with this thing this week. This could even be someone that's normally docile, calm, but there's something going on between you two that they're just not going to let it go. So to strengthen this bond, or to keep it strong, or to build on this bond, Gemini, you're going to have to really share with them and allow them to share with you. 8th house. The connections we establish in the 7th house play out in the everyday, day-to-day of the 8th. So if you're living with someone, or if you're married, you make a big commitment in that 7th house. It's legal, But the 8th house is who does the dishes, when, how's the money distributed, if it's shared at all, who's the chores, who's responsible for this, how are you really meshing together? This is someone that you either need to mesh with out of necessity or life circumstances, or you want to mesh with, and you are meshing with. You're meshing your life with them in some way. And so for that to be successful, there are things that you've got to be open to and really hear them out, because I feel like you're just receiving them like a tyrant, like someone who just wants their way and it's not appropriate and they're not listening to what you're saying. You feel very unheard. You feel like you're not really taken into consideration, but honestly, and it can go both ways. It can go either way, okay? Just saying. But what I'm getting for you, Gemini, is that you're the one that needs to focus on the quality of this connection with this person and how much they really mean to you, and focus on the love you have for them. Because that will inspire you to think of them and think of their position. Because right now you see them as very selfish and very much not looking at anything from your point of view. But in order to get them to do that with you, you've got to be the first one. Someone has to be the first one to do that. And I feel like if you don't want to be the first one to do that, that's just very immature, Gemini. It's just immature. Now, if you do that and, if they won't meet you halfway, that's a whole different conversation. And if they are older, or if they're wiser, or if they really are making a great point, maybe they really are someone very strong and powerful and they kind of know what they're talking about, then you have to just be open to changing your position based on new information, or just be open to change your position. That's what I'll say. I take your point and I change my position. That easy. That simple. I am not married to my opinions. I am not stuck in any one way of thinking. I would always rather understand than judge. And I'm getting two sides that are super judgy. So that's why this week for you might be a little, you know, you don't want to do it. But the payoff is so much greater. It really is. Gemini Christmas. Okay. I'll leave that there for you gems, my beautiful little Jimmies. And if you guys like more context, I do that over on Patreon. The very lowest tier includes daily psychic, daily astrology, tarot posts, weekly live streams for all 12 signs, multiple spreads, oracle cards, guidance, Capricorner, and you get to be part of the community, which is really, really fun. It's really great over on Patreon. And then you go up and there's like classes and there's more and more and more. So if you guys are interested in that, check it out, bookmark the page. It's really fun and really cool. It's my little thing that I can offer the world. Aside from the other separate things, this is like one little thing, one little part of me. So I do psychic spying. I had to raise my rates. It's really expensive now, but you can book on the website. It's included in the highest tier in Patreon, but I really recommend you check out Keen. The link is in the description box below. They have like specialist psychics. They have a lot of people. They've been around for 20 years, so I would check those guys out. It's a much lower price point, so you can try different people and not break the bank. So you can really find like your person, your psychic, your psychic spy. So I think that's pretty cool because I'm like, I have a lot of readings to do. So that's about it. That's about it, Jimmies. I just wish you guys well. Remember that this 8th house of yours has been hard over the last few years. So you're at the end of that. So it should be easier now more than a couple years ago to meet this person halfway or to meet someone halfway and really trust and allow yourself to share vulnerably. Okay? All right, Jimmies, I love you. Take care, and I will see you next week for next week's sidebar. Until then, many beautiful blessings upon all of your beautiful heads, darlings. Mwah.